Hello, bonjour, mes amis. How's it going, guys? Just wanted to share my experiences living in France for 2 weeks. So I just decided to take a trip to work remotely. Thankfully, my job allows me to work remotely, and nobody really can tell where the heck I am located at the moment. As a computer programmer, this is my laptop. I'm filming on, and so I just took off and went to Toulouse for almost a week. Then I took a train to Albi, and I'm back to Toulouse, and I'm flying back in a few days. So, what have I learned? What's my experience been? It's I truthfully I really enjoyed Toulouse and Albi. Uh, to me, Albi was more kind of friendly in terms of people and just more kind of quaint, nice little cafes and bars. And I found an open mic night, and because I had my trumpet, I joined the musicians over there and jammed out some songs. It's been a lot of fun. Toulouse is more of a party city, I guess you can call it that. But most of all, I feel like both cities are more more French than Paris has become. I've been to Paris twice in 1998 and then in 2004. And now I honestly have no intention of going back to Paris, seeing all the crazy protests, all the crazy shit going on. But these two cities are very much French with French culture. I mean, it's not like it's only French people who live here, obviously, but it's predominantly still French, which is awesome. If I want to go to France, I want to see French stuff. I don't want to see American stuff. I don't want to see whatever else. So some things that kind of struck me. Uh, First of all, the restaurants, right? The restaurants are. Speaking of the menus, if you go to an American diner, you have a just like an encyclopedia of different foods you can order. In France, primarily in Toulouse, and Albi, same exact thing. You have like five entrees and 10 desserts, and then whole bunch of aperitif and digestif and all that stuff. All an assortment of booze you can get basically. But it's like I I was expecting a whole lot more, honestly. Because you go to a restaurant, like what another thing, there's no soup. I was actually quite disappointed. I was expecting to have my favorite French onion soup, which is abundant in Paris. Here, it's non-existent. On the menu, there's no soup. There's literally no soup. Sometimes some kind of a soup of the day, which is some kind of a pureed vegetable soup or lentil soup. But what gives? There's no French onion soup. So that's the first thing that kind of struck me. The the kind of straight and to the point, delicious food, but not an abundance of choices like we have in America. The other thing, people don't drink coffee like they do in America. I am not really a coffee addict, but I drink several cups of coffee. Like I just fill up my cup several times a day in the office or at home. I brew like a whole pot of coffee. They don't do it here. They have the espresso portion or the Americano portion, which is just added water and whatever. So nobody comes walking around with these like giant Starbucks sized buckets of coffee. This does not exist here. It's like you just sip on your coffee elegantly. That's, like when I'm about to start working, I want a big freaking cup of coffee. That doesn't exist here. Another thing, French people are so freaking polite. It's just a striking kind of thing because even if you go to a bar and you like you go to your order a drink from the bartender in America, it's like, "Hey, what's up? How's it going? How's it hanging?" And in France, it's like, "Bonjour." Oh. It's like, "Good evening." How are you? Nobody like it's like slang. I'm sure slang does exist, but it's just like everything is so formal. The drivers are predominantly really like polite. They stop if you're approaching an intersection, even if it's a red light for you, and they let you go. So overall, I I'm enjoying my time here. It's been really great. The internet could have been a little faster, but other than that, just working remotely. I have my little pocket trumpet, just hanging out. Oh, and another thing, like I've been studying French for a while and I'm still kind of terrible. But I noticed just the last couple of days, people don't switch to English with me, which is encouraging, I guess. Like today, I went to a patisserie and I ordered a sandwich and some coffee. And yeah, I was expecting the guy to switch to English, but he didn't. And we completed the transaction and he asked me questions, what I wanted, my coffee, blah, 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 in French. But people, I think most people here speak English very well. So if you don't know French, it doesn't matter. You can more than get by. Everybody is more than fluent in English. So these are my impressions. Screw Paris. Paris is just it's like a bleep hole, honestly, at this point. But go to south of France. Go to Toulouse. Go to these cities. It's just so quaint, so like comfortable, and not a lot of tourists. When I was in Albi, people were like, "What are you doing here?" It's like what? Are you, just visiting. No souvenir shops. So, anyways, guys, bye bye. Adieu.